What's up, everybody? It's your guy, Derek, 420 Colorado. We're coming at you a little bit early today. We've got a barking puppy. I've got my buddy up here framing my house, and my lovely puppy is getting used to him. It's amazing. So I started a little early, just like I did last week, just because I kind of did want to talk a little bit about high stress training techniques and the like. Yeah, it's gonna be super rad. We're also gonna drop a little Slushy Milk S1 for you guys. A little limited release, little Talk About It Tuesday release here for you guys. So, yeah, good stuff coming along. What's up, Ed? What's up, Chris? What's up, Chad? What's up, Greg? How's my peoples doing? What's up, Lorenzo? So, yeah, I'm kind of high, so you guys will get a good dab, a good Tuesday dab, and I'm gonna get real high. What's up, Nance? We're just kind of letting some folks get on in here. I see you, Mark. I see you, Eric. What's going on, folks? Philip, what's happening, my people? My people, what's up, Bo? I see you. I see you, folks. All right, so yeah, we're gonna be talking about some high stress training techniques, just kind of a little bit, just kind of what they are, what the different ones are, and why not to use them with autos for your first round. But we did, I've been getting just, kind of the way that I'm coming up with these topics now, just because we've done so many, is just kind of the hot topics that I get throughout the week from answering everybody's questions, or just kind of what's hot on the radar of the pulse of my Dream Bean family out there. And this week it's been, it's definitely been a lot of topping, a lot of LST questions. And so I will, hey, that's cool. I forgot about this. This is one of the buds of this is the Slushy Milk. God, it smells so good. Y'all are going to love it. I'm doing 5 packs on this one, guys, on the Slushy Milk. We'll talk about that at the end, but I'll show you all that again. It's good stuff. What's up, Terry Carr? I see you, my dude. Brian, Kelly, Brooks, Tracy, Darren, Edward, Calvin. What's up? So yeah, we're gonna get on into it. I'm gonna do a dab. I'm gonna talk about the. See, I'm gonna do this smart this time. I'm gonna do the Plan of the Week members of the week first, and then I will get into doing a dab. The dab I got is actually Vanna Wife got these at the dispensary in Denver when she went to see Taylor Swift on Friday. T-Swizzle, Tay-Tay, that tea, living that tea life. Yeah, she got to do it. It was a super awesome experience for her. They were right down on field level. She's got some awesome pictures. I was so blown away how close she was and how amazing it sounded. And what's up, Al? And how good Tay-Tay did. Tay-Tay is what my Forrest the Framer. You guys are going to hear me talking about my boy Forrest the Framer. He's up there. It's my homeboy for a long time. He's a framer. He's up there. He's up here helping us out, getting our house built. And so he's up here with us. Shout out to my boy Forrest the Framer. That's what my mom called him anyway. And so it's kind of stuck. Yeah, Taylor Swift. It was good, man. She was. It seemed pretty cool. The wife loved it. She was super happy. They made a whole experience out of it, and it was super awesome. What's up, Brian? My DWC guy. All right, so this week's plant of the week, got 2 of them. We got my boy Bud Littlefield. Bud Littlefield coming in hot with that 73-day doubleberry slushy, maybe? Pappies? Hell, I don't remember. Bud Littlefield coming in hot with the plant of the week. Cully Thomas, my guy Cully Thomas coming in with the also with the plant of the week. I don't remember what the hell it was. I'll make the post, hopefully, if I don't, remind me. Somebody please, because you guys know I have a touch of the ADHD. So Cully Thomas and Bud Littlefield, you guys are here. Oh, I see. Mo. Hey guys, I want to tell you, I wanted to introduce and everybody give a shout out to Mo Hairster. He's going to be a new moderator here in the Dream Bean Support Center. He has been super helpful for you guys. He knows the products and he knows the way of the Dream Bean Support Center real well. So everybody welcome Mo to the moderator mod squad. He's going to be helping out with member approvals and you guys' post approval and all that good stuff. So shout out to my guy Mo, and you guys welcome him, and get make sure to, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns here after this, I'm going to flip on the little switchy thing that I got to do, and you guys can reach out to him for any help that you need. And as always, you can always reach out to me. Member of the week is going to be Sage Farrell. Sage, what's up? Sage is always out there doing the Lord's work and with all the meme hunting, and it's super, super rad. So Sage Farrell, shout out to Sage, shout out to Bud, shout out to Cully, and shout out to our new moderator Mo Harrister. So good stuff, guys. Let's get into a little dab. So this week's dabs were actually procured, like I said, in Denver from a dispensary up there. The lovely Vanna wife got these, and I didn't think I was gonna like them, but sure enough, I did. So let's go ahead and get down with some Dabble-rooski. I know that's the only reason my farm manager River tunes in. I know it's some of y'all only want to see me do really big dabs. Yeah, big dabs. Who loves big dabs? We love big dabs. Da, 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 da. So, here we go. Yeah, owie. Oh, ha, ha. This one's not gonna get me. It's not gonna do it. It's not gonna do it like it did last time. Shit. We're fighting the demons of the dabs. Oh, we're getting it. Oh yeah, Macho Man. I'm gonna power through. No, I'm not. That's a lie. No, I'm not. Almost due time. Almost time for a do. Whoo, yeah, that made me feel good. Yeah, but I wasn't gonna let it get me like it did last week. Okay, all right. I think we can successfully do a do, and then we'll talk about some high stress training stuff. On the scale of Tuesday dabs, that was very, very mild. But the aftershocks are real. What's up, Jake? Oh, goose for a. All right. Shout out to some folks, and shout out to Joplin Hydro out there in Missouri doing God's work. You guys go check out Joplin Hydro. They've got Dream Beans in stock. Oh, crap. I swear, every time I'm trying to, do a big enough dab that it has a cool effect on the camera and not lose my breath for at least 8 minutes. Holy crap. Glenn Thomas, Skull Vikings. Crap. Joplin Hydro out there in Missouri. They've got us stocked in Dream Beans. You guys go out there, check them out for all your grow equipment needs, and get you some Dream Beans while you're at it. What's up, Jen? Why do you say that, Johnny? Dabs are great. You too can cough your face off and lungs out like this too. It's great. I recommend it highly. Oh boy. Okay. And shout out to my girl Lindsay Peterson with Imaginables. She's got the super cool, rad, awesome custom gear, guys. I'm gonna make a post that has her group on it and her link. Shout out to Lindsay and Imaginables and Joplin Hydro. Oh, God, man. Oh, good juice. Ooh, I'm trying, Randall. I'm trying real hard. Okay. Whew. See, that's why I've been starting them a little bit earlier, guys, because I don't want to take up this time by just having y'all do, even though everybody seems to really love it, watching me just cough my head off. But yeah, let's get into some high-stress training stuff, guys. So, HST v LST. High-stress training versus low-stress training. Okay? That it's probably one of the more common topics or things that gets asked about because we see a transition from photo period growers to autoflowers. Okay? And it's not to say that you cannot use high-stress training techniques that I'm about to describe with your autos. Okay? You can do it. They're plants. You'll be able to, they're plants. They'll do it. Now, are you going to see a benefit? One of the main reasons that, even when I was growing photos, is that we topped is because it would give you multiple bud sites. It would give you more bud sites on the plant, okay? It would also do a better job of spreading it out and giving you a more even canopy. Canopy management for folks is the process of maintaining the foliage, which includes defoliation, which includes scrogging or high-stress training techniques, whatever it is that you're doing to that canopy to manage it, canopy management, okay? And so it's not to say that you can't use these high-stress training techniques on your autos, but are you going to see a benefit more than if you would have just left it alone? Probably not, guys. For the most part, this is a pretty good rule of thumb, that you are not going to see, and unless you've got a specific growing parameters or a reason why you need to do this. What's up, Steve? A reason why you that you want to do it is going to be a benefit to you. Okay. Well, this is after years and years and years and years and years of research and years of growing photos, and now years and years and years and years of growing autos, guys. That what I see is that with autos, that a low-stress training technique is most of the time going to give you the same type of result that you're looking for with lateral branch growth and an even canopy management and just bending that main meristem over, okay? You're going to get you're going to get all those lowers that come up because they're exposed to the light. That low-stress training techniques are, with autos, by far the best, in my opinion, okay? Now, there are some people that are hell-bent on doing shit that I don't want them to do. So, I figured I'd go over some high-stress training techniques and kind of what they are, what they're used for, and, what their purposes are, really, okay? So, the first one is going to be topping, okay, guys? That topping traditionally is the aftergrowth of what happens when you take a meristem clone, okay? And that's going to be taking a clone off the top third of the plant. So you take what people do is they take the top third, they cut it off, you'd root that thing. Well, then everybody was like, oh wow, man, it's growing two new shoots, two new meristems. That is kind of the case, and it's kind of not. It gets a little weird. Okay, that if it depends on where you actually take it as far as what you're topping doing. Okay, the reason that I don't suggest doing this unless you've worked with an auto cultivar, an auto strain more than once, is because it can add to cycle time, okay, without giving you much of a net benefit as far as yield is concerned. That in this case, it's just gonna add to the length of time that it takes for the plant to actually finish. One of the things that I've noticed with all of the autos that I've grown is that one thing that you can equate and you can have a direct correlation between how fast they finish and is how well you did, essentially, okay? Because we know that the flower triggering mechanism is going to be root resistance and root pressure, that the faster that can happen and the faster that these plants get to maturity is an indicator on how well you did on the grow, okay? And so that's the benefit of having a day neutral auto flowering strain, guys, is its speed. 100%, that is definitely the main benefit, is the fact that these plants finish generally in about half the time as a traditional photoperiod dependent plant. Okay, there are outliers in both cases. Okay, there are some setups that people can get going faster and they can get it closer, but it's never going to be as fast as a 65 or 70 day auto from sprout to harvest. Just the way it is. So that whenever you top a plant, that unless you're dealing with height restrictions, like you've got a smaller tent, or you don't want your plants to get over a certain height for an outside fence line, whatever the case may be, guys, there are situations where it's going to benefit you more to top that plant and get it to, and even if it adds a few 5 or 7 days to that cycle, okay, that because you're needing it for another reason, you're needing to keep that canopy low for a different reason, for heat management, from because your light's too close, or like I said, you don't want your neighbors to see over your fence, whatever it is, that's a benefit, okay, that you're needing to do that for a reason, okay. But just topping them just to top them, it's not gonna do ultimately what you think it's gonna do, and most of the time it's gonna actually add to the cycle time. And you may not think, folks that they just don't never really think about it like this, but I always do, just because that's the way that I've been growing plants for a long time, is that very rarely, folks, that out of the 75 people here that are watching right now, very, very few you guys and ladies actually just only grow one time. You don't just take one plant and grow one plant. You do a plant, then you do another plant, then you do another plant. And so if you're topping this plant, it takes 5 to 7 days for it to recover that cellular growth and start those new that new meristem growth. It may not seem like it's a big deal for that one cycle, but if you're talking 4 cycles a year, 7 say 7 days a piece, you're talking a full month of growing time that you could actually get another half grow in. Okay, that you could still be getting. It's all about being able to capitalize on the genetic superiority, in my opinion, of autoflowers, which is in the main the main benefit's going to be their speed. Okay, and so that's one of the things that a lot of people don't think about with the high stress training techniques like topping. That when you do that the plant, and remember, going back to what I said, that how fast it finishes is how well you did. Okay, and so if you take a top and if you top that thing at the 5th or 6th internode, okay, and then it takes that time to repair that damage. It's not a lot. The previous theories and thought processes on this was that it was it was going to finish at 75 days no matter what, okay, and that it was just going to spend that time repairing the plant and not doing vegging it and causing less of a yield. It's not really what I've come to see over the course of my time growing these autos. What I've seen is that it will add to the cycle time. Okay, that it won't really impact yield, so to speak. And so if you're okay with it adding, 5 to 7 days onto your cycle time, go for it. In my opinion, it doesn't get you what you're going to need unless you have a very specific reason for doing it. Okay, and so topping is definitely going to be the most common thing that you guys hear, that I hear all the time. What I always did was I was a real big fan of FIMMIng. FIMMING. F-I-M. It stands for fuck I missed, which in the case of the topping, it's where you would take the whole meristem. The FIMMIng method, FIMMIng method, you're going to take the lateral branches in your internode here. And then you've got the very brand newest growth, the most brand new, tiniest little budlets, tiny little leaflets, okay, that are coming out of the meristem. What you want to do with those is you want to essentially cut those in half. What this does is it reduces the amount of time that the plant actually has to spend repairing itself, but it still then triggers that cellular response, which is to grow a set of lateral branches. Okay, and so again, it's a way that it's a little less damage. It has a little less damage than a topping technique. But it's still going to be 3 to 5 days of that plant repairing itself, and then you're just going to tack that. It's like a balloon payment on a mortgage for anybody out there that owns a house. They're just going to tack it on to the end, okay? And so with FIMing, you're going to have a little bit less of that damage, but it's still ultimately going to take a little bit of time. And in my opinion, that I don't see the overall yield benefits like you do with photos, because you can do it multiple times with photo periods. If you try to do it more than once with autos, it's definitely going to impact your yield in the fact that it doesn't have enough time to an indefinite amount of time. In the case with a photo, if you just keep it in veg, you can continue that topping process and get many, many, many more bud sites. Again, to do it just once, I just don't see really the benefit for most folks in most general cultivation scenarios, okay? For most folks, leave it alone and LST it, guys. Just bend over the meristem, and if you really want to get cool and crazy with it, like Brian Croson does with his DWC, is you can actually tie down those lateral branches as well. All of this is really just about getting more light to more parts of the plant, okay? And so there's lots of different ways to do that. And again, with autos, I've found that the most effective way is with a low-stress training technique. Now, topping and FIM, those are definitely high-stress training techniques, right? There's another one that I use more often than not, which I consider a MST, a medium stress technique, okay? Because it doesn't actually require any removal of cellular tissue. And that's super cropping. This is going to be definitely useful for folks that have a shorter growing environment, or they have plants that have started to get real leggy on them and started to grow real tall. Okay, that super cropping I've found to be really a happy medium. Okay, that if you're going to go with a high stress training technique, that super cropping can be extremely useful. And I've seen it take 6 hours before the plant was actually rigid again and starting to shoot back up. That super cropping is the process of taking the meristem, the main branch, okay, and twisting it back and forth between your fingers like that, and getting that tissue to start kind of getting a little soft in between your fingers, and then it's crazy, guys. It's a crazy thing to think of. And you squish it, until you hear a kind of a crunch, kind of a crack. You don't want to squish it like a stalk of celery, although it happens all the time. I still do it. It's a learned technique. It's a very acquired touch and a very sensory, specific thing. So it's just something you'll have to try, guys. I have literally taken it and crunched it all the way in half. It puts a big split in the middle and it lays over, and then 4 to 6 hours later, it's laying right back up. These plants are extremely resilient, and so don't worry if you crunch it a little too much. As long as you don't snap the whole thing off, you're fine. All right. And so, like I said, that can be very useful if you've got a shorter tent, or if you've got a situation where your plants have grown into your lights. It's a very good way to manage your canopy later in flower, kind of on the fly. Okay, and that's again going to be taking the fibrous materials between your fingers, rolling it together, and kind of doing it like that, and then boop, and then kind of squeeze in. Then there's another topic. There's another one called mainlining. All right, mainlining is, I've never done it. It's extremely strange to me, and it's almost kind of like a bonsai technique, where you take the plant, you split it, and then you tie those two splits of the meristem down. And I've seen some cool ones, but boy, it's not that's not the way that I really go with autos. Just because it has it's all damage. I mean, you don't have any of that time to repair the damage like you do with photos, because that's traditionally a photo period dependent high stress training technique. And yeah, I know. A bean hunter does it to his photos, and for photos it's fine. For photos it's great. For autos, man, I just don't really see what the overall benefit would be. And it's not user friendly at all, Matt. It's a very skilled technique, and those folks that do it, they got a lot of skill and a lot more patience than I have, and they're much more willing to chop up a plant that's still growing than I am when it comes down to it. And so, getting back to doing low stress training techniques, guys, that's going to be where it's at, in my opinion. For the most part, we have the majority of newer growers. And this is the LST technique is going to be where, and I swear to God, guys, as soon as I've got 70 something plants out there right now that are babies, they're this big, and maybe not next week, probably the week after, I'm going to do a live LST tutorial. I know I've been teasing it. Going to do it several times, and I haven't. I'm going to do it very soon, so you guys will be able to have a reference to get some LST tutorials and some live LST training from me. Because that's the way that I've always done it, and that's the way that I've seen it to be, again, the most beneficial to keeping that yield cycle down, that harvest cycle time down, and ultimately still getting benefits of of even canopy light penetration. You want the lowest bud to get the same amount of light as the toppest bud, if that makes sense for y'all. And the way that you do that is going to be through the manipulation of the meristem and the lateral branches. So that's going to be the bending over of the main stem and all the branches that come off, keeping those tied down so that you can actually get the most light penetration to all parts of the plant. Lollipopping and removing the larger larger leaves during flower. Yeah, okay, this is going to be the defoliation, guys. Defoliation, don't do it in veg, ever. And it's not until you're pretty far into flower, three or so weeks into flower. If you see a larger fan leaf covering a bud site or multiple bud sites, then you can defoliate. If not, leave it be. If it's just hanging out there and you just don't like the way it looks, that's okay. Leave it there, because I say it a bunch that all the leaves, they end up on the trimming room floor. That we don't care about the leaves. Yes, they're an indicator of plant health. They can tell us a lot of things about the plant, where it's going, how it's doing. But ultimately, guys, they end up on the dang floor, literally. They end up on the floor. That's where they end up. And so getting caught up on what leaves are doing, as you grow more plants, folks, that you'll definitely see that you won't get caught up near as much as you used to into a leaf discoloration or a leaf falling off or one touching the ground or whatever the case may be. So using LST, using LST and low stress training techniques is always going to be more beneficial, in my opinion. Now, if you've worked with a cultivar before and you know how fast it finishes and you can approximate that it's going to finish in this time and you're okay with the additional cycle time that topping may add, go for it. You're already familiar with how the strain's going to react. You already, the vigorous growth patterns or whatever the case may be. You're familiar with it and you have a lot better expectations. That's what I like. That's why I discourage people from doing high stress training techniques, and that's going to be because I don't want them to have their expectations not met in any way, shape, or form. That I don't want them to get to a point where they think, oh, this plant's going to finish in 75 days, and they top it, and then it's 85 days, so that till it's done. That's going to be that I just don't want to ever have that happen. Again, we've got the majority new growers in here, and new or newer growers, and I want everybody to have success. For the most part, you guys have all come to me through different forms or fashions, either through a tag in a different related group or from a Facebook ad. I tell people all the time that I'm not here just selling seeds, guys, that I'm here to create successful experiences in cannabis cultivation. Okay, that I have seen it so many times where people get into this hobby and or way of life. For a lot of people, they get into it and then they don't see the results immediately that they had initially hoped or that they see from other people, and they get discouraged and don't continue with it. It's my goal that every person that gets a Dream Bean pack and gets seeds from me will continue this, continue cultivation of cannabis for the rest of their life. That's the goal that I have, is that I want every one of you guys who gets any of my gear or any other gear, for that matter, I just don't spend as much time on it, is creating successful cultivation experiences to where you guys can have this as a resource for you for medicinal purposes, for financial purposes, if you're trying to save money going to the dispensary, if you're, whatever your reasons are, again, your grow goals are going to be what they are. I'll quit rambling, guys. That dab got me kind of high. I want to talk a little bit about slushy milk. I've got 3 minutes here. We're going to cut it short at 4:45, and then I'm going to rock out those slushy milks. These are the slushy milk S1s. This is a selfed plant, guys. This is one that is not crossed with anything else. This is a double berry slushy auto smacks that was reversed, and then it pollinated itself. What you're going to get with this, guys, is you're going to get the entire genetic expression of that plant. So there's going to be there's going to be phenotypical, there's going to be pheno variants for this, guys. There's going to be phenotype variants. You're going to see a lot of them. But what you have the ability to do is to get the absolute crazy outliers, the super exotic ones, the ultra rare, the ones that only show up one every 10,000 plants. Those are the type of things that you're going to get, and you're more likely to get out of an S1 than you are with anything with a filial generation on it. So it gets into it's kind of an interesting deal. If we were able to to impregnate ourselves. So guys, I'll show you this right here. This one has been. I just happen to have a bud right here, and you guys can see now. This one's pollinated, but you can see the anthers. It's actually still got a little bit of pollen showing there. Focus, you piece of stupid. So there you go. Yeah. See, you can see it right there. So you can see where it actually pollinated, and then all these seeds were made by that plant. So you guys are gonna have a limited run at this. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with these. I know I'm gonna breed with them quite extensively for a couple of different projects. I have them already lined up. I may do a S2, which is just doing this process one more time, and getting an S2. Just because this is where you can start reaching into the super deep lineages of these plants, okay? That you can start getting real crazy into the back like to great grandparents and stuff. And so that's where I'm trying to get with these, this self plant and this self release here. It's only going to be 25 packs, guys. I guess maybe I was high when I wrote that, or y'all were real high when you read it. But I'm releasing 5 packs. I'm releasing 20 of them. I'm not releasing 20 packs. I got several inquiries about the 20 packs and how much were they. I see you, Mike. Don't think I ain't watching. Yes, we're two away. We are so close. We're so close to hitting 100, folks. I didn't want to say anything. It's like a no-hitter in the 9th, because here we are with about a minute to go. But we got up to 98. That is definitely by far the most we've ever had at a Talk About It Tuesday. And I think everybody is here for the slushy milk. So we were so close. I'm gonna wrap it up, guys. I will see you out there. I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. I'm gonna go onto the website. I'm gonna click live for the slushy milk S1. It'll be under the feminized section. Make sure. Oh crap! It's actually gonna take me just a little bit, just actually a couple more seconds, because I have to turn off the code. This one's just going to be, because it's a limited release, guys. It's just going to be 7 beans for $50 plus your freebies, so you'll still get the same 9 beans and all that stuff. So give me about 2 to 3 minutes, and I will get you guys hooked up and get the Slushy Milk S1 there on the site and live. So love you guys. We'll see you out there in the Dream Beanery. And we will, if you guys always know, go to dreambeans.net. Almost forgot. Dreambeans.net. That's where you can get the Slushy Milk S1. And it will go really quickly, guys. And then I'm going to get 10,000 emails about, can I get a pack? No, you can't, because it's a limited release. It wouldn't be limited if I got all you guys' stuff. So we'll see how we want to progress forward with the rest of these beans and what I want to do with them. So we'll check you guys later. I'm going to go get that settled for you guys and hooked up. And we love you, and we'll see you out there in the Dream Beanery. Woohoo!